Describe in single words only the good things that come into your mind. About your mother?
My mother?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my mother.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Have you ever been in an institution? Cells.
Cells.
Do they keep you in a cell? Cells.
Cells.
When you're not performing your duties, do they keep you in a little box? Cells.
This causes it. This causes it. This causes it. Information overload. All the electronics around you poisoning the airwaves.
You are listening to the High Tech Low Life podcast, a cyberpunk media retrospective. High Tech Low Life contains language and themes not suitable for all audiences, as well as spoilers for the content being covered. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the High Tech Low Life podcast with your hosts Eric and Josh. I'm Eric.
I'm Josh.
We are rejoined once again, a couple weeks after our last episode was recorded, by Dean and Ben from nullsheen.com and Pinkfohawk respectively.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Thanks
what's
for
up?
having us back.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
What are we talking about today?
We are going to be talking about the RPG that everybody loves, Traveler. Hope you prepared.
Perfect.
I don't know anything
I'm
about
wildly prepared for this conversation. Mongoose or Mega?
So the podcast ends before the intro begins.
Yeah.
It's basically going to be a Dean monologue
canceled.
because I don't know shit about Traveler other than you can die in character creation, and apparently that's a
Only in Mega. You can't in Mongoose anymore. You could just be horrifically maimed.
I think you picked the only RPG that has more differentiated editions than Shadowrun.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
More publishers too. God,
More publishers, just the hell.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fun. But we're not talking about that. What we are talking about is Shadowrun. We're continuing our trip down the Shadowrun timeline. I believe we left off at 2034. The Confederated American States had just bailed from the UCAS. Good riddance.
We made it so far from, what was it? 1893? 1863?
3114.
Oh, a little bit further.
BC.
3114, yes.
Sorry.
Yes,
Sorry.
that calendar was
3,000 years before Christ. Thank you.
So I'm excited to get back into that, but we have to keep up tradition here at the pod. We have to talk dystopia, and there's only one dystopian thing I want to talk about, and that is the big question that's on the hearts and minds of everybody on Bluesky and Twitter and TikTok, and that is the president dead?
Is Trump dead?
I mean, one can hope.
Ding dong, the Trump is dead, possibly.
I did read that it's been 4 days without him making a tweet or whatever, and that's never happened.
It was kind of a fun weekend on the internet as a result. Now, I don't hold out any true hope that it's happened. I do think he's probably sick or something right now and not wanting to be in the public eye.
At least broken both of his thumbs.
Yeah, that's possible
right?
too. But I think it's got to be a sign that something's crazy when this many people are openly, jubilantly hoping for your death.
Well, and it is very weird just in the context of Trump personally and in the context of president, because Trump has for 45 years, his whole thing is getting in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And he has done that, maybe not every day for 45 years, but certainly pretty much every day for the past 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he can't get in front of a camera, he has to say something insane on some platform where he gets his word out.
That he can talk about on camera tomorrow.
Right.
He didn't even spare us his shit pants. He's that desperate to be in front of a camera at all times.
Yeah. So that's really weird. And there's also the level of kind of how traditionally the White House operates, where, as a rule, the White House will absolutely never say that the president has anything more than a cold or maybe a flu. The fact that they haven't even come out with that is odd.
Well, JD Vance's whole "I'm ready to take up the reins of power whenever I'm needed" that was sus.
That was weird.
Oh boy, I didn't. Even
something was sus and weird about JD Vance. Fuck.
It's really bizarre too, because that just pisses Trump off more than anything.
It's got to
even have anyone say that, right? Yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a bizarre couple days, and maybe by the time this drops, he'll have already come out on stage with Kid Rock and sang all summer long in his underwear. I don't know, but as of now on Monday,
do you think he's building up the crazy? Do you think it's just going to be like some completely insane thing that's going to come out first thing?
Could be. I mean, it's kind of hard to top the hits, but
true. Well, don't tempt him.
I would never.
There were really interesting comments too I'd seen on like Reddit and stuff where people were just like, can't you feel it though? They're like, we had like a weekend of no batshit insane news.
Yeah.
Like feels they're like, weird. I read a book. Someone was like, I read a book.
It is it's been chill.
Yeah.
Which is
mentally freeing to just not be like cringing.
Maybe he's just been inside
happening.
Listening to episode 96 of the High Tech Low Life podcast over and over again.
Right. And he's like, am I creating the dystopia?
Am I the problem? I saw somebody on Bluesky said, the truth is Trump had a stroke, shit. What's the Pennsylvania senator's name? Fetterman. He had a reverse Fetterman stroke and he's woke.
That's why we haven't heard from him. Yeah.
Reverse Fetterman stroke.
That was a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's probably going to be fine and everything will go back to normal.
There's plenty of terrible people waiting in the wings as Vance, made clear.
A week after he died, it's announced that he dies is going to be, a difficult time. But a day after they announce that he dies, that's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, it's going to be Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And the Return of the Jedi.
Fucking
fireworks and space bears dancing.
Yeah. Like we earned 24 to 48 hours, and then we'll get back to work. But
God, that will. Oh man, I mean, yeah, what a sense of closure.
Yeah,
I mean, for a moment, like you said, but I'll take it.
I mean,
Fuck it.
It'll be end of MAGA. Like JD Vance doesn't have it. It'll be some techno. It'll be honestly a more Shadowrun, more Cyberpunk situation we're going into, because I think MAGA will just go back to their homes and probably lose interest for the most part because they won't have the spectacle anymore.
I mean, Taco. Let's talk about Taco, right? Like, what are the reasons why? One of the reasons, I mean, this is just my speculation again. This is just my opinion. But the reason why we haven't broke out into an all-out civil war is that Trump is all fucking talk. I mean, he's obviously put in place some awful policies, of course. But when it comes to like bringing down pandemonium, he does puss out on his like big claims because at the end of the day, he is a big pussy.
He is, and I'd agree with you more on his first term, but he's done some pretty outrageous shit in the second one. But you're right, he's never like actually declared martial law. He's never fully and openly defied the Supreme Court.
Successfully declared.
Successfully.
So he has held off of going completely all in. I feel like that's because he's like wading into the lake of fascism, and right now it's like right at his balls, and he's like, do I really want to dip the balls and just
it's right at his itty bitty penis.
Once you dip the taint, you can't go back.
Yeah, then you're all in. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're in the fascism lake deep, but he's got to really.
You're right. I'll stop hope washing this.
It stinks of hope.
I mean, I think I fundamentally disagree with some of that position, Eric, because
which position? The balls thing?
Yes, the balls thing.
Okay.
Oh God,
he's balls deep in fascism.
Well, see, I think the thing is that at least in my perception, Trump himself is like accidentally a fascist. I mean, he's just a greedy,
he's a narcissist,
incredibly self-involved narcissist.
Wannabe dictator.
Yeah, I don't even think he wants that. He just wants all the respect and, whatever he can get.
Right, but isn't that
dictator
what a dictator is?
Yeah, but it's not necessarily a fascist dictator. It's just shares a lot of characteristics with it, and there's no, because fascism, not to make a
Fascism takes
Lebowski
work, and he doesn't put in the work. Is that
not to make a Lebowski reference, but at least fascism is an ideology.
That's true.
At least it's an ethos.
Yeah, he doesn't believe in anything, and not in a cool nihilist way.
Yeah, not enough Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers way. Wasn't he one of the nihilists?
Even nothing.
Yep, him, Pete Stormare.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
friend of the pod.
Yeah,
I love that.
Amy Mann. Yeah. So it's. I don't think it's that he hasn't committed to going that far. It's just that the easy option of going to the limit hasn't occurred to him, basically, or there hasn't been a reason to go to the limits on that.
You feel like it's giving him too much credit to call him a fascist dictator. I
because he's a fucking pig ignorant moron who carries some level of charisma that apparently is a wavelength I don't get.
Yeah, it's not.
I have never understood it either.
Yeah.
It's part of the cult, so it's there.
It goes back to that a Norm joke that you brought up, Eric, where it talks about I'd be worried about being hypnotized by his fucking eyes.
Well, here's the thing:
Hitler's eyes.
You can say you don't get Trump's charisma, and I agree, I don't either. And then you watch someone like J.D. Vance speak, and you're like, oh, Trump oozes charisma compared to this guy, or like Paul Ryan or any neocon you can name. Trump's got it in spades over those people. So
especially when you consider especially when you consider the crowd he's talking to. It's the people that just want to own the libs at all costs.
Yeah.
So it's just like this guy angers anyone with any education.
Or even think of Elon Musk, who tries to be this edgelord guy, meme lord type dude, and he just looks like a fool. When you stand him and Trump side by side, Trump looks like the cooler guy, and that's an insult to Elon. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it really does help that he is surrounded by ghouls and people.
Hey,
people with the
ghoul rights are coming up, so don't lump them in with them.
Oh yeah,
don't give them a bad name.
People with the inherent charisma of a roadkill raccoon.
Yeah.
I mean, comparing him to Vance and fucking even worse, Stephen Miller. Good God. That guy is a fucking, he's designed as a joke version of a fascist wannabe.
Yeah.
I mean, you look
Goebbels
at the landscape.
Is that's a little much. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
You look at the landscape, you hear of these stories of these alpha male training camps where you can spend fucking $40,000 for some idiot to yell at you and tell you suck. So you grow a pair and defend yourself, right? You get a certificate in being an alpha male. These are the people that look up to Trump because he's such a prick, and looks like he doesn't get bossed around when all you have to do is look at Putin, that situation where he rolled out a fucking carpet for him. And I think there's even wasn't there a moment where Trump was going on and Putin cleared his throat and Trump shut up?
Yeah.
The only time it's happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
By the way, join our Patreon at the $15 tier and get access to the HTLL Alpha Dog training camp.
I would join that training.
We will send you a certificate.
Definitely.
We'll have a little foil star, whatever Office Depot sells.
We'll do some live streams, and we'll set all the alpha dogs up in their own little channel, maybe the right channel. I don't know. We'll decide. And then you can all do the Arsenio Hall dog pound thing.
That's amazing.
What a good time that would be.
Do you like Blade Runner? I love Blade Runner. Yeah, which edition? Which?
God, that's exactly what it would be too.
That would be it. Director's cut, theatrical release. What is it?
Just fights on whether or not Deckard is a replicant. All right, we got
an alpha male or not?
We got to move on from dystopia. We do like to do recommendos once a week. I don't know if you guys have watched anything since then. If not, we can skip it and blast through this section, get to the meat of the content. I wanted to recommend something I watched. I guess it's a recommendo. Maybe it's more of a question if anybody else has watched it or heard of it.
Discussion point amendo.
Yeah. But I've been watching Chaos on Netflix. Have you heard of this, Josh?
Oh.
Yeah, I watched it when it came out 6-8 months ago, something like that.
Yeah. So
Jeff
you guys
Goldblum?
liked it? Because
Oh, yeah.
I'm halfway through and still kind of on the fence. I think I'm enjoying it. Like
I thought it was pretty good. Like it's canceled, by the way.
Oh fuck!
Ray of sunshine.
Jesus.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, and was like, yeah, I'll definitely watch the second season when it comes out. I mean, and then that's not going to happen because Netflix.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That it's
got a good cast.
Extremely well done.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Greek mythology because mainly from the game Hades on that is what reignited my love for it anyway. And it's fun to see it played out in modern times. And I'm kind of wondering, surely that's been done before, but I can't recall anything offhand.
Similar, I guess, in vein of like American Gods, the TV show where but in this case, it's not a like retro history where they're saying, oh, the gods have always been there. Everything has happened the same way. In this timeline, everyone knows that the gods are real and they show up and do stuff.
Yeah. It's an interesting, it's like an RPG world kind of when you think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I think I give it the tentative recommendo for now because I'm only halfway through, but I'm enjoying it. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about?
Oh, I do.
Oh, okay, Josh, that was intense. Should we save yours till the end?
No, actually, this one's going to be a like 3 second thing.
Okay.
Simply because you brought up Chaos. I watched something related to Greek mythology this weekend.
All right.
It was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh,
nice.
Do not seek the treasure.
That movie's awesome. Fucking Coen brothers, man.
I do not think I had seen it in 20 fucking years.
I do know the first time I saw it was with you in the theater in Topeka, Kansas.
Yeah,
that's awesome. They're my favorite filmmakers from our generation because they never make the same movie twice. Like it's always a completely different genre. It's amazing.
Over the past several months, I have been going through their filmography just kind of in fits and starts, and I'd seen all of it, before who knows how many times. But fuck, like they made, I don't know, 18 movies, something like that. And like 10 of them are minimum 4.5 out of 5-star films.
Yeah.
Like 10 of them would be absolute masterpieces by anybody.
Yeah. Like, cinematic fucking game changers.
And it's honestly weird. Like, man, this might be my favorite Coen Brothers movie. And then you watch just any other random one. You're like, God damn, oh shit. Yeah, No Country for Old Men. Fuck.
I know a person that hates that movie.
Two people
you hate
that
movie?
that movie.
I know 2 people that hate that movie.
You hate which one was it?
No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men.
Oh, I hated it when I first saw it, but then I grew to respect.
I've always liked it. I
don't
understand why
the bad guy won.
It's really polarizing because people who don't like it really don't like it.
Oh yeah,
I think they don't like it for the reasons the Coen brothers wanted them to. That's the funny part,
and that's fine. Yeah. Full success. I will never watch that movie again.
It is such a gut wrenching movie. It's amazing.
I always see clips of it on TikTok and watch it in 45-second increments, which is how I watch movies these days. And it's great.
I was just gonna say I don't watch anything anymore, which saddens me. But I don't really watch anything anymore because if I have a second, I'll I don't know, read or play a game like a
podcast about
RPG
Shadowrun.
A podcast about Shadowrun, or I'll read like a RPG. I have a problem with that. So
I got to be honest. I recommend starting a media review podcast. It makes you watch stuff.
Recommendo. Yeah, that's a long con.
I've read so many books because of this podcast.
That's a good. Yeah,
it's been good for my brain.
That's good.
Any others? Do you guys got any?
I got one.
Okay.
The 1988 The Blob. Have you ever seen this movie?
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Not for 30 years, but yes.
Yeah. Free on Netflix Premium, or not Netflix, YouTube Premium, on their like free movies thing. This has like the Thing level special effects. They're all practical and they will haunt you.
Yeah, they're fucked up.
Yeah.
It is
late
super
80s premium horror. Yeah, that's great.
How does it stack up against The Stuff, if you've seen that recently?
I really like the stuff. I think it's very excellently done, and it has a different kind of, ultra consumerist horror.
Yeah.
The Blob is very much a creature flick, whereas The Stuff is like, an overarching cult type thing that's trying to take over the world.
I'm more of a Fred Ward, Ed Harris fan, so I'm a big fan of The Stuff.
The Stuff
the
is
right stuff.
The right stuff.
No one listened to me.
Listen to me, please. Dude, I was following you every step of the way, and it was perfect. And a very young Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
a good recommend though, because I might actually watch that.
If you haven't seen it, oh man, and obviously, like, don't be prepared for high cinema.
Oh
like, this is a B movie, at best. But damn, whoever did the special effects was not told the movie he was making them for.
No, you're bringing up a good point, because that era had such. I feel like they had an infatuation with B movies to like remake them and like weird.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, The Thing is one of them, and you got The Fly, and you got fucking even weird.
And
it's true.
This is that level of body horror. If you're, Cronenberg-esque nightmares.
Amazing.
I love it.
We love him on this show.
He's a good.
And John Carpenter.
He's fucked up.
Have we ever watched a Goldblum movie on the show?
I don't think we have.
Not that I can think of. Once we do Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh boy,
you could almost make an argument for The Fly. Like, it's as close as some of the weird shit we've watched.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the Circuitry Man pod drop.
Oh, that reminds me, we haven't even decided what we're doing next week, and we were supposed to announce it at the end of the show. So
I highly recommend Circuitry Man.
It might get the default. Okay, Ben, you got anything real quick?
No, I know. I have a book I'm reading. It's not even a book; it's an RPG. Is that all right?
What is it?
I don't know. Iron Sworn.
Swarm?
Which is Iron Sworn, like to swear.
Oh, okay.
Iron Sworn. It's fucking awesome. It's it's like a solo RPG, but also can be played in a group or whatever. But it's got really well-made mechanics that keep narrative moving, and it lets you sort of like just dictate what's important. And I love it. I got really into it over the weekend, and it has a Star Wars sort of spinoff called Starforged. Anyway, it's free to download the digital version, but the book you can pay for the book or whatever. It's a great game.
Solo RPG is an interesting topic.
Yeah,
which Ben is the only person I know that's into them deep enough that he could tell you multiple systems.
I have a problem.
I got
it's
one.
It's like when you're forever
year.
GM. It's a forever GM kind of thing where you get into like, I'm going to run it for myself.
Ben has a problem, and it's playing with himself.
You heard it myself here first. Furiously.
I got from my Astronomica Secret Santa from Kristen, who was a guest on this show. Lighthouse at the End of the World. Have you heard of that one?
I have heard of that one. I don't own it though, but I've heard of that one.
I haven't actually played it, but it's because I
bring
don't
it
have
this
any time.
weekend.
Well, it's a solo. Just play it and sit in the corner by myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go to a bar, man. Go to a bar
and play an RPG
beers.
by myself. Put a cape on, sit in the corner.
Hey, do you want to join the alpha male club or not?
Alpha dog. Then
alpha dog.
You get a pitcher of beer. You sit in the corner by yourself.
Bendy straw in the pitcher.
And you don't leave until you're soft.
Did you see his pants? I think he has dice in his pocket.
God, I hope it's dice.
All right, Shadowrun. It's a game from 1989.
Let's back.
If you want to hear about the beginnings of Shadowrun and what it is, tune into part 1. Go back, stop this, go listen to that one. It's well worth your time, I guess. We're continuing the timeline of Shadowrun because that's the best way I could think to tell the story of the lore, other than just hitting the parts I thought were cool, which would inevitably leave parts out that other people thought were cool. So
sure.
So we're running down the list and trying to give time to everything if possible. And I'm still certain I'm leaving things out. So
I think in this 3-hour record, I think we'll get to at least 2054. So
the start of Shadowrun. Cool.
Yeah.
First edition and second edition. The only two you need.
Yep.
Really. Yeah.
We were specifically, a couple people brought up they're surprised we didn't get into edition wars, and
there's no war.
That's for part 2.
That's true. We're all kind of in agreement.
Contest.
Yeah.
We need some youngsters on here to argue for 5 and 6, which they exist.
That's true. They're out there,
and I love them.
Those people do exist. I have a lot of things to say to them, but they do exist.
I want people to like this game in all its forms so that they maybe make a new form that we all like someday.
Yeah, I can't resent anybody who's into 5th or 6th edition because, I mean, being fair, it has been at this point,
20 years?
15
years?
26 years since 2nd edition has been in print.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, somebody who's fucking 25 years old, they weren't even born.
I think this is the point where I'm obligated to say, release the Pink Fohawk 2E scan.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
They're not gonna.
Real quick, because it's important part of Shadowrun lore. Explain what that is, Ben, if you don't mind.
Yes. So all of the editions of Shadowrun have been for quite a while on sale on Drive-Thru RPG in PDF form or print-on-demand form, except 2nd edition. It's not on sale in any capacity anywhere. And so when I was talking with Tom Dowd in the aforementioned in our last episode, the 2E book club, I got an email address for Jason Hardy. At the time, he was the line developer for Shadowrun. And I sent him my copy of Shadowrun 2nd edition because it was a pretty pristine, and it was the latest printing.
Yeah.
There are 11 printings. I sent him the most up-to-date corrected printing of Shadowrun so he could scan it and put it on Drive-Thru RPG as a PDF. He agreed. He didn't agree he was going to make it, but he was like, yeah, send us the book. We need it. We don't have like a scan. And that was 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was going to guess 3, but my memory is bad. So,
and the book was never returned either.
It was never returned, but I knew who I was dealing with.
Yeah.
I mean, also, like, you have to destroy it to scan it. So I knew I wasn't getting it back. But,
you can razor those things apart to scan it, and then you can get them rebound. It's a thing that happens.
Wow.
Yeah, but not if you're like a book publisher.
Yeah, I know. That would be insane. How would you get access to such things?
How are they going to do that? Anyway.
You're talking crazy, Dean.
Yeah.
But since I did that, and not to say that I did anything to push it this way, I'm just saying they did release a reprint of the 1st edition on the 35th anniversary. So I can't help but hope wash this as well and say that maybe they're going to wait till it's the 35th anniversary of 2nd edition, which is coming up.
Yeah.
So if that happens, maybe they will. I don't know. But I hope so.
That would be amazing.
All I know is I feel like 2nd edition was the most popular. Maybe not. Maybe 3rd and 4th was more so. But everybody I know who plays loves 2nd edition. Maybe I'm biased because of Pink Fohawk, which is possible.
I think there's definitely a echo chamber in our. I think there are people that like other editions, but they can see the value in it.
Yeah.
I think there's an echo chamber in our age group.
That's
about it. I mean,
yeah.
The one thing I would say is that if you go on Drive-Thru RPG and look at adventures for Shadowrun, you will see that all of the 2nd and 1st edition adventures have 5th and 6th edition updates where they've taken an adventure and made it so you could play it in the later editions. I have not seen that for 4th edition or 5th edition is into 6th edition. And
Curious.
Even 3rd edition, there's only like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So that to me speaks volumes of why, and it could just be that that's like one dude who's obsessed, but he did it and it's been selling.
It's smart business to just have them all available because, I mean, Shadowrun is just inevitably, it is a victim of edition wars, serious edition wars. So have all the editions available and make money off that.
Yeah, it's free money. I mean, it effectively costs almost $0 for a publisher to do a high quality scan and PDF. I mean, it effectively is not a cost.
And we know they have it.
And we know they have it.
They have it.
That was the real reason I sent it, was because I wanted to make sure, personally sure, that they had no excuse not to do it. So,
one part I left out of this whole thing is not just the edition wars, but like the drama of the ownership of Shadowrun, particularly Catalyst Game Labs, and how they are a terrible company.
Some scandals in their past, sure.
Yeah, a couple.
Like stuff that we specifically watch movies about, or not watch movies about, but like that we talk about a lot, like not paying freelancers and like bad corporation shit.
Yeah.
And allegedly, I guess, to cover my ass. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it alleged? I guess it is only alleged.
I mean,
right?
it's pretty strongly alleged in some of the Reddit posts I've read.
Yes.
But
yeah.
They're not a good company. They're not reliable, and it seems like they don't really care about the property very much, and would much rather try to make BattleTech or one of their other properties. I mean, I guess BattleTech is more profitable because you can sell figurines.
Yeah, you sell toys to it.
It is wild to see BattleTech back on the shelves after all these years.
Yeah,
that's kind of the sentiment I've seen online, is that like Topps, obviously they know like the miniature and like physical game market. And so BattleTech just makes sense to them. They know how to sell that.
Yeah.
Shadowrun is not. Shadowrun it's books. So in their eyes, I'm sure they think they're doing the best they can. Maybe, let's just say they think that by releasing books, periodically for Shadowrun. But a lot of us fans do feel like they're kind of like, they see it as like a passive income IP that just, we own this thing. The fans are rabid for it. They'll buy whatever. And we don't have to do much.
If we put out a base level amount of content every year, we will get this X amount of dollars in our pockets, and that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
It evens out.
I never figured out why these, and maybe it has to do with rights, but why these companies wouldn't like I've never understood why WotC doesn't do like their own virtual tabletop with their own stuff you can buy. That seems like it'd be an easy way to make money. Now Shadowrun, maybe that counts as a video game technically, and they don't have the rights.
Yeah. And the rights for Shadowrun are splintered into pieces.
Yeah.
So that's another large
Maybe they're
problem.
only able to make books.
But you bring up WotC, which is a great point, because like
Wizards
they
of the
have
Coast for the uninitiated.
Wizards of the Coast, owners of Dungeons and Dragons, they release, they have all of the editions for Dungeons and Dragons you can buy on Drive-Thru RPG. You can print them off print on demand basic D&D, like from the fucking 80s.
White box shit.
And Shadowrun, if you look, second edition you can only buy on like eBay, and it's like fucking like $80.
Yeah.
So that's just
second
money.
edition stuff continues to get more and more expensive as it's becoming rarer.
Yeah.
Or $50 for a Polish hardcover.
Yeah. Right. Or you can come to my house and I'll loan you my duct taped one. You're not getting my good one, but you can have my duct taped one.
Yep. $80. I know what I have. Yeah. So it's just, in a way, I'm rooting for CGL. I'm like, for Catalyst.
Oh yeah. I mean, they own our favorite game.
Well,
my favorite game.
Own it, bitch. Own it.
I want them to do it very well, or go ahead and sell it to somebody who will.
Yeah, that would be ideal, but I don't see that coming. If they do sell it, they're going to sell it to private equity, and it's gonna
that'll be bad.
It's gonna go away. Yeah. I don't know.
But to go all the way back to your point, Josh, I don't have any animosity toward anybody that likes later editions of Shadowrun, even the ones made by Catalyst. That's great. Keep our game alive that we love.
Yeah, agreed.
I get upset with the ones that only try the later ones and go, well, this sucks. And I'm like, there's so many good editions that you have just passed by for the latest hotness when you could go and see some really solid systems. So that's my only.
This is something that has only just now occurred to me. between the four of us, do we know anybody who's like a diehard first edition Shadowrun person?
I do know one.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not.
Yeah.
He is the moderator for the classic Shadowrun Discord.
Oh, true. I forgot about him.
Is a 1E stan through and through, but his whole point is that it's actually, he got after me too. I released my video and claiming that second edition is the leanest core rule book, and he was like, 1E is. And I'm like, you're right. There's huge holes in it.
it's lean because it's filled with holes.
You're right. You're right. It's 6/8 of a game, but
right. Swiss cheese is the leanest slice of cheese. Like, yeah, there's massive holes in it. 1E, that was a dad joke. I can't help myself. But yeah, 1E is like it's as Tom Dowd would call it, it was a massively under play tested game. Like they released this fucking thing and then came out with a superior edition 2 years later. We're like, okay, this is play tested. This works.
Yeah.
And not just that, but the second edition, so much of the first edition stuff could just be directly ported over with, like.
Although I'll say, man, the first time I saw a number after a letter and a damage code, I was confused as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll break you. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was fun. Let's get back to the timeline.
Okay.
I mean, we had to at some point pay lip service to Catalyst and how much they've been dropping the ball because it enrages me when I think about it.
We lasted a whole episode before we got into it.
It's
really
true. We did.
That's pretty good of us.
All right. We stopped at 2034, right after the Confederate American States seceded from the United Canadian and American States. So, shortly after that, in 2035, let's see.
You're missing 2034.
Did I miss something? What?
Yeah. Ternadog is founded.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
Yeah, I feel like we may have touched on that because that also gets into the...
Yeah.
We touched on a lot of things last episode as Josh's connection was dropping that just got cut. So I made a hard stop at 34. I didn't write down a lot of European stuff, man. This is sorry, European people. I can't talk about everything. Tirnanog's cool.
Yeah. Tirnanog.
Tirnanog is interesting in that no one actually knows what's in there because if you go into Tirnanog and you're not invited, you wake up with the last 48 hours of your memory erased.
Ooh. Yeah, it's Ireland.
Yeah.
Just like Ireland.
And the IRA is still operating within it for quite a while. I don't know.
Up the raw.
I've got the book. I never read it, but I'm sure it's a cool setting. I just don't want to spend a lot of time on it. But the other tier, the more important one, because it's in North America, is formed the year afterwards. Tier Terngeir basically secedes from the Native American nations, and Liu Surehand, is that how you say his name? Lou?
I think so. I don't remember.
I always said Lou, so
yeah.
I hope it's right.
Anyway, they secede and start an elven nation in Oregon, which is a pretty place for elves to live, I guess.
That's a Rivendell in New York, or in North America, sorry.
Also people who shoot you with drugs that make you lose 48 hours of your life.
Sure.
Yeah, elves are they like their secrets.
They're assholes.
And wildly territorial, it turns out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, you've got this book too, thanks to the efforts of 2 other people on this Zoom call.
It's true. I don't have it in my grubby little mitts yet, but I'm guessing I will in a couple days.
Yeah.
There you go.
The Tir Terngeir book, which is one of the few I don't have.
It's elusive.
Let's see. 20. That's all I wrote down for 2035, unless you think I missed something important.
Aslan invades Texas and takes some of it.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Denver gets divided up into a
Treaty of Denver
places.
Yeah, I honestly, as I was reading back through this, realized I didn't write much about Denver, not because I didn't want to, but because I must have skipped it. So feel free to jump in with any info about Denver at the appropriate time, because for some reason, I know shit's going down there, and I didn't write down much of it. So
yeah, as of this point, I think it's just being split up amongst the different native groups that are like taking control. So they're setting up the Sioux Nation, and the Ute Nation is like dividing it up, and all that's going to get thrown into the air, I believe, soon. So
Yeah.
And we talked about Denver last time. It's basically a fun, like spy-ish setting where the city's owned by multiple nations and lots of border crossing, which sounds really fun in theory until you actually start to play it, and it becomes a huge pain in the ass.
You're like, I can't go anywhere.
Thing that comes in a box set, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else.
It's a tough place to exist as a criminal with no social security number, basically. That's rough.
2036, California secedes from the UCAS. And I believe North America has now taken her final form as it pretty much continues.
Sorta. I mean,
pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, because California secedes and then it gets immediately eaten by Aztlan and Japan.
And Tyr Tairngire.
So...
Yeah, from what I can call, they call Japan for aid, and Japan's like, sure, we'll help.
Yeah,
and,
yoink.
Yeah, basically.
We'll take
But you're right. It does start off like this domino effect of places seceding, right? Like that's when we already talked about CAS.
I think it's the last one, actually. I think
is it the last one?
Yeah.
No,
you're right. 2037. Yeah, you're right.
One cool thing that happens in 2037 is the founding of one of my favorite corporations in Shadowrun, and that is Dockwagon.
Nice.
Hey, real quick for 2036, there's also another very important thing that happens, which is that the Nuyen is adopted.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Another thing I missed, the Great Dragon Loftware announces his hostile takeover of BMW/Krupp at a shareholder meeting.
Yeah. Hard to say no to a dragon when he'll incinerate the person that disagrees with him.
This is where I am contractually obligated to recommend the tweets from Loftware's office or whatever on Bluesky or Twitter. I don't think he's on Twitter anymore, but and he's not that active on Bluesky. But for a while, in the heyday of Twitter, Loftware be tweeting, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure didn't miss anything. Oh, there's a Euro war, apparently.
That's a second Euro war.
Yeah.
Europe is not great. Everyone is fighting for control of everything, and
there's constant natural disasters and ecological disasters. It's a bad place.
Yep.
But there's some cool anarchists.
Yeah. And so if we're moving into 37, we have the Denver Data Haven.
Yes.
That which until 4th edition, and I think even in 4th edition, whenever you were getting a source book of any type, you technically were reading it on the Denver Data Haven when you got access to it.
Right. I remember that.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
The hacker channel.
Yep, and it was run by Captain Chaos. I believe in later editions it's run by Fast Jack.
Yeah, two famous guys in the Shadowrun lore. I think 2037 is also when Daniel Howling Coyote resigned from the Sovereign Tribal Council and disappeared from public life. Mm-hmm. So the guy that kind of kicked off the Awakening calls it a night.
Yeah, they couldn't let the good thing stick around. They had to let that infighting happen within the Native American nations, and then it kind of becomes a shit show, and he just leaves. He's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
He was a good catalyst to get them their land back, but he wasn't great at keeping them all together.
Well, that's a running theme in history with the people who are good at winning revolutions are not necessarily the best at governing after the fact.
Maintaining, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Different skill sets required.
The dude was good at fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Not keeping it together. Yeah.
I wrote this one down out of the wiki because it sounded cool. This is the only thing I have for 2038. In referencing anarchists in Germany. But this is something that could only happen in Shadowrun. The Anarchist Black Crescent organization, an anarchist paramedic service dedicated to aiding those the traditional medical services can't or more often won't, is founded in Berlin by a Turkish-Palestinian hobgoblin.
Way to fucking be.
Amazing.
Kind of incredible.
Why not? Yeah.
So specific.
That's not important to the lore, but that's why I love Shadowrun.
It's perfectly Shadowrun.
Okay, 2039. That's when some bad shit happens.
Yes, the Night of Rage.
February 7th. Disenfranchised metahumans around the world take to the streets in protest of their discrimination. Some protests turned violent. And then I don't know if I should go down the whole timeline. Basically, kind of a Crystal Nocti situation, only with metahumans, and a lot of riots and counter riots.
Thousands and thousands of deaths.
Yeah,
of metahumans and metahuman sympathizers.
It becomes the catalyst for pretty much everything going forward. Is in memory of or because of the Night of Rage. Like it is a massive catalyzing moment in Shadowrun's history.
Yeah,
it's one of the big ones. It's up there with the crash when I think of it. Think of the timeline.
Yep, because this starts ultimately the Orc Underground and a huge set of plot lines that interweave through that.
Let's see. February 10th, members of Alamos 20,000 using a combination of magic and explosive destroyed the Sears Tower. 26,000 dead. Never forget 210, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the fun things, just as an aside for FASA loved fucking up Chicago because they were Chicago-based.
We're going to get into that.
So, like, if something horrible was going to happen, it happened to Chicago directly.
Honestly, a setting I never played in but always wanted to, and probably my favorite one outside of the traditional Seattle setting. Chicago is it's a good time in Chicago, as we'll get into shortly.
Bug City.
Let's see. From there, I skipped a lot of shit. I skipped all the way to 2043.
2040, the Renraku arcology begins construction.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Yeah. And I always thought this was cool too because it happened on my birthday.
Aw.
Yeah. But the Renraku arcology is the pivotal point for 3rd edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that creation drives all of the meta plot for 3rd edition.
And I mean, the meta plot. Okay, yeah, but it exists in 2nd edition too, right? Because there's a lot of great.
It exists and is functional in 2nd edition.
Right.
Yeah.
It was
in
the
3rd
bridge.
edition, not as much.
Yeah,
right?
I get into on my list here some shit that goes down there.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you think of your cyberpunk cityscape, you think Blade Runner, giant pyramid. There are a couple of them in Seattle, but Renraku's the big one.
Big one. And it thing's fucking huge. Like, and I was trying to figure out the actual size of it in the Seattle source book. I looked it up, and I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's massive.
Yeah, they show it on a map. It's very big.
It doesn't actually make logical sense if you consider the size of downtown Seattle. Like,
well, nobody
there's
had
no
been
way
to
this
Seattle.
thing,
How could you possibly know?
You've never been to Seattle, exactly. That's a really fun thing too. Apparently, when they were writing this, and none of them had ever been to Seattle, they realized like we should make a Seattle source book. So they just paid this dude to just go out to Seattle and like figure it out and like make it all work. Yeah. And so he wrote the Seattle source book while he was just like
source book
visiting it his first time. But it's an amazing book.
It's a great book.
It gets like mistaken. Apparently, it would get mistaken on shelves for a real Seattle guide.
Oh. I mean, it looks that good though.
There's ads and shit. There's like actual ads with photographs in it. Yeah,
that is the heart and soul of 2nd edition that was sadly removed in 3rd edition.
It's beautiful. The source books for that system or for that era were just unparalleled.
Did any of you guys ever actually get a map of Seattle, like a folding map, and then modify it yourself? Because I did that because I had no idea what Seattle looked like, and this was before MapQuest, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I didn't play before MapQuest,
right,
so
yeah.
Unfortunately, no. But Google Maps is great for that now.
I've still got my Seattle map crammed in with my inside one of my books. I don't remember which one I stuck it in.
That's amazing.
No.
Let's see here. Did I miss anything else? If not, I'm going to move on to 2043. Actually, 2043 isn't even that important. But Aaron the Scribe becomes famous. He becomes important at some point. I've never really figured out why.
Fucking blowhard.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, wasn't he the guy that there was like a pamphlet that they sent out before first edition was released, and it's just Aaron the Scribe detailing things.
A bunch of like backstory and setting bullshit.
Yeah, factoids, exactly.
Yeah, okay, that would make sense.
He's kind of the lore keeper.
Yeah, he's kind of the self-proclaimed like fucking historian of.
Is he an immortal elf, or is he just?
He
is.
He is an immortal elf, and he is Harlequin's foil.
Right. Yeah.
They've hated each other for eons.
Yeah, as it turns out.
I don't know. I don't know if I wrote down anything about Harlequin, but he's a guy that
rules,
and some people hate, and he's another immortal elf.
He's got a back.
He's got a back.
Right. Well, I mean, ultimately, like all of the immortal elves are like Tolkien-esque. They're all these super long-lived people that are trying to live these prim and proper lives, and Harlequin is full punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, the Joker.
Right.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants these things and to bring back the old, and Harlequin's like, no, fuck that. This is the time we live in. Get with it, figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked him, and I loved the Harlequin's Back campaign enough that I ran it twice, but it's long. So to run it twice means you got to like it. 2046, I wrote down some dumb shit. February 2nd, Tyr Terngeier's professional baseball team, the Portland Lords, is accepted into the MLB. Mainly because I'm on a baseball kick right now and I want to see elves playing.
They NL or AL?
Doesn't say.
Oh.
I'm guessing they still haven't admitted a woman yet.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I think this is also the first time that the HMHVV strain has started to branch. So people are getting infected with HMHVV, and now they're finding quote-unquote strains where it's turning people into weirder and weirder stuff.
Yeah.
Depending on if their genome was messed with to begin with or not.
Yeah. HMMV is human, metahuman,
vampiric virus.
Yeah. Okay. VV. Okay. Yeah.
So vampires start showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampires,
and
ghouls,
suckheads,
and I don't remember all the other ones. There's a bunch.
Yeah, there's tons of strains of HMHVV, and that kind of gets into the ghouls, the vampires, and then the subgenre of like
changelings,
Nosferatus, and
yeah. Yep.
So, but it is to say, HMHVV is still here, and it's still doing weird stuff, and now people are starting to notice that it isn't a static thing, and it's like adapting.
Right.
And that's kind of terrifying.
All that to say that all those people that were like, well, this sucks. Like, we have the dystopia, but no changing into elves or orcs or anything. We don't know what COVID really is yet. We got time. There's time.
Hey, we don't need to worry about it now. We got somebody at Health and Human Services who's taking care of it for us.
Exactly.
I mean, dude could be an orc. Just saying.
I don't think an orc's speech would be quite as garbled.
You're right, probably troll. He's got the plus one body to his leathery skin.
Mouth. Yeah. That's...
Oh, God. Also, the Humanist Poly is founded in 2046, which is super fucked.
Yeah.
Wow, it was that late?
Poly Club started in 2041, it says. But
I mean, they've been hating people forever, but now they got enough people together.
I don't know. I just in my mind, that's earlier in the in the section.
Right.
Yeah.
It's bad that we didn't even have the Poly Club yet before the Night of Violence.
Yeah, the Night of Rage. Yeah,
the Night of Rage. Sorry, it's like, ooh, now we really got some.
2046 is also the Desert Wars, which is referenced a lot in like source books that involve mercenaries and weapons and stuff.
That's a sick name for a war. Desert Wars.
Yeah, kind of makes you wonder if we're ever going to see any wars in the desert in our lifetime. Yeah, probably not.
Definitely not.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I couldn't possibly happen.
No, it's totally peaceful out there.
58th time.
It reminds me of like Metal Gear, Zanzibar land.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
This is all when 2046. So there's some hacking shenanigans in the California Free State, and Los Angeles becomes a free city as a result when their election is all tampered with. Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Free City of Los Angeles. That sounds like the start of a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah.
It does actually.
Let's see. I skipped the 2040s, man. I was just waiting to get to the good
Yeah,
stuff.
a bunch of stuff happens like in Central and South America. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, a lot of disasters. Maria Mercurial pops up.
Yeah, that's the big one. This is technically the earliest date that a Shadowrun adventure starts.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
2050 is where first edition happens.
Yes.
And what's great about that is it's like all this shit has happened, and now you start here.
Yeah.
It's just such a cool. It's only 20 years removed from the Night of Rage, which is fucked up, and now you can play like metahumans and see what that feels like with humans.
I mean, if you think about it, it's 24 years ago, but it's 24 years since 9/11, which is another Night of Rage style,
true
cultural event. So it kind of has that same.
Wait, what happened?
Right. And when this game,
something happened in New York, you need to remember. It's very important that you remember.
You should remember, and at least don't forget at the very least.
Feeling like
there's
Google it later.
But yeah, if you think about like when this book was written in 1989, the first edition, like that's only 20 years removed
from Martin Luther King,
civil rights. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So it's like it's pretty on par with reality.
From Robert Kennedy getting shot, cursing us with his idiot son with the brainworm.
Didn't have the brainworm yet. Brainworm had not achieved his.
Are we talking Shadowrun again, or is that real life?
No, that's real life. They cross a lot.
The fucking brainworm.
All right, so yeah, 2050. Also, keyboard size 7th generation cyberdecks enter the market. That's pretty important.
I saw that, and I had a question.
Oh, okay.
I saw that entry on one of the timelines that I was reviewing, and it occurred to me in 1989, when you say keyboard size, that could mean multiple things. Like
big boy.
One of the old, kind of in my mind, what would be a keyboard could be one of those IBM M series mechanical keyboards for a computer, or it could be like a keytar, or it could be like one of those big fucking music keyboards, like serious,
big Casio.
Somebody in ELO would play.
Yeah,
I opt for the latter. That's me.
Yeah,
beautifully. We have tons of second edition art that shows us precisely.
Yeah, for me, it's always what the elf is carrying on the cover of the second edition.
Yep.
Well, and I think it's in the character archetypes section. Decker Elf has one there, and it's more of the keytar size, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Well, I just got back, several weeks ago at this point, from QuakeCon, where there were a lot of modded computers. So that could look like whatever you want. You want to put your cyberdeck in a keytar, why the hell not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Elven Decker right now, and the Decker actually. And they're modestly sized. Actually, I gotta say they're about the size of like your standard keyboard, computer keyboard. But I've also seen art, as Dean was saying, where it's a big boy, like about as tall as you are, with a strap on it that you throw on your back. And I like those. That's what I like.
Yeah.
I mean, either way,
I always imagine like the chunky IBM keyboards from the early 90s, personally. But
I've got one of those in a box around here, but have not made the effort to do the soldering required to turn it into a USB.
You should mod it into a computer, and then
then
you'd have a cyberdeck. Surely somebody's done that.
Get on the there's a Cyberdeck subreddit.
Yep, the Cyberdeck subreddit is amazing.
Oh, I gotta check.
There are a lot of insane idiots in there.
Yeah. One of the ones I saw recently, a guy modded a Hoover vacuum into a computer, and it was a working vacuum.
Sure.
That was also a computer, and he was playing games on it.
Once you get Doom to run on it, it's all downhill from there.
Yep.
All right. Last thing in 2050, Free Spirit Buttercup emerges. We haven't talked about free spirits, but there are. We haven't really talked about spirits at all. Something Magic users can do is summon spirits. A cool part of Shadowrun that in my games was always underutilized. I feel like none of my mage players wanted to fuck with it.
Yeah, I wanted to fucking rock Hellblast. I mean,
why when Hellblast is there?
Yeah.
It's so easily divided too, because you have elemental mages, so they can conjure elementals. Elementals are wildly powerful, but you have to do it ahead of time.
Yeah.
You have to spend your hour or whatever.
And they're expensive.
Actually getting,
they cost a lot.
and they're expensive. They're 1,000 million per force generally.
Yeah.
But you get to keep them, and they hang out in the astral invisible until you ask for them.
Right.
And you can have several of them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and that's always the thing to me, was the terrifying thing of like, there's just a dude walking down the street. He gets accosted and he says a command word, and 3 inhuman beings show up, beating that person to death.
Right.
I love it. I always felt like I should utilize them more in my games. And then the shamanic versions are cool too. They kind of come on the fly and disappear quickly.
The shamanic versions are what I envision as true spirits.
Yeah.
Whereas elementals
like
are kind
constructs.
of more... Yeah, constructs. But because shamans, they're limited where you have to be in the spirit's realm. Yeah. And you can summon that spirit, and just the one. But it's got awesome powers too. And the earlier editions of Shadowrun, they're much more distinct. The different, like the mage versus the shaman. And
very much.
I love
so.
that.
It's a very cool aspect of the game that I haven't, like spirit summoning. I haven't seen it in a lot of other games. I'm sure somebody can come up with an example and make me look like an idiot. But off the top of my dome,
D&D is add stuff like that,
but it's not the
same feel.
It's not the same. Yeah, it's like a spell that summons a spirit. This is like
exactly.
This is like a separate. Like you can be an adept that just summons spirits and doesn't even use regular magic.
Right.
Yep.
It's like a whole different type of. Anyway,
I think if you don't mind me going on a small tangent for a second,
I don't get on a rant here.
The second edition book club that I keep mentioning, it's on YouTube. If you check it out, it's on my YouTube channel. But there's a playlist where we went through the book and with the creator, Tom Dowd, or co-creator. The guy that he co-wrote the system with was actually a practicing hermetic mage.
Oh, wow.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep. So
that makes sense. Really, when you say it, that makes a lot of sense.
So basically, like, we were like, how did you guys come? It's such a visceral, like you're saying, Eric, it's such a visceral, it's a different feel, the magic system in this game.
It's still my favorite to this day of all the games I've played.
Yeah. And Tom was like, that's just because we would turn to him and he would go, well, this is how it works.
Oh, wow.
So there's an air of authenticity, in air quotes, of course.
Yeah.
But like this dude believed it. Like they got to a point where they're like, how do we balance magic with technology? And he's like, well, I mean, it drains you to use magic.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, this guy's brilliant.
Drain.
Okay, we got this whole thing. You can get tired when you cast magic. There's no spell slots like D&D. You can just keep fucking casting until you get drained.
And as we've discussed before, I love a system that allows you to like throw it all into a spell.
Yes.
And like a Hail Mary and
balls
really
to the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
It makes mages dangerous. Like every time you come across one, they're fucking dangerous because they've got a bomb in their pocket, basically.
Geek the mage, baby. Got to geek the mage. I would just say that if anyone is wanting to understand a little better, like the vibe of magic in Shadowrun, or if you want to run Shadowrun, you just want to like, how do I make this feel distinct from like D&D or whatever? Read the Earthsea books, like the Earthsea books.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a major, major influence. And Tom Dowd kind of agreed. Like, those are, it's much more, it takes something to make something magic. It's less, it feels visceral. It feels real. So anyway,
it's
keep magic mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Shadowrun did a good job too. And it also helped balance the game that as you would get more cyberware in your body, your connection to the astral plane and magic would wane, which is like a nice natural built-in game balance that you can't have cyber mages, and helps add to that mystique. Shadowrun is real good at building mystique around, like with the Earth Dawn stuff and the horrors and the astral plane and blood magic. There's a lot of good creepy stuff.
All stuff that they had to write out of.
Yeah. All the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff
of contract.
And of course, cyberware taking away your connection to magic led to so many people spending so many thousands and hundreds of thousands of hours staring at fucking splat books, trying to decide, okay, so if I'm a phys ed, I can take exactly this much, and trying to balance. Okay, so my essence cost versus
how much is worth it to have like a decent powered mana ball in your back pocket?
What's the math on move by wire versus
oh Jesus,
or wired reflexes versus whatever the phys ed.
This is what ruined Shadowrun. All right, this is what ruined it.
Oh, I don't know. This is the Munchkin stuff that some people love about Shadowrun.
Yeah.
Many people love about Shadowrun, and it's what Shadowrun, FASA, and everyone started to cater to, which I get, because these are the people that'll buy all of it, right?
Yeah, they will. They're
God
money spenders.
Damn, that ruin it.
Yeah. All you have to do is open one of those soda books, and that'll show you everything you need to know.
Yep. But I did want to say, you were mentioning like the mystery, and I wanted to walk through really quick like the magic totems, if that's okay.
Oh,
Eric.
sweet. Yes.
Okay.
Just because I feel like this kind of
the totems are fun.
They're fun, and they can touch on something that is probably going to come up in your timeline a little later. But the totems available in the book are different like spirits of the essence of animals that you can kind of, that as a shaman you're spoken to and you follow as like your, almost your patron.
And remember, audience, this is the base setting is the Pacific Northwest, and Native Americans are really, really a thing.
Yep. The first known magic users in the game. So there's bear, cat, coyote, dog, eagle, gator, lion, owl, raccoon, rat, raven, shark, snake, and wolf. So each of them give you different abilities and different things that you're good at and different bonuses for different spells and things like that, which is really cool. But it explicitly tells you that insect spirits are not something that you can be as a player character.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Yeah,
it does nothing. Innocent passage, surely.
It's weird.
Unrelated to anything. 2050 was also the year the Universal Brotherhood came around.
Right. But I just think that was cool. Like, it obviously left things open. You could create your own totems of animals that you wanted to try to. What would they personify?
You can do any animal you want. They're like, here's some examples.
Right. But then said explicitly, insect spirits are not something you can follow. And I'm sure a lot of people were scratching their heads like, okay, that's interesting.
But then everybody just makes a coyote.
Yeah.
I played a rat for a while. That was fun.
I like raccoon.
We had a bear in our group at one point, I remember.
I think I was a raven shaman for a hot minute.
Could have been.
And what's really fun is in the description they mentioned that your character can take on different, ticks, like just kind of like personal quirks that animal would have, which is that's great for role play.
Yeah.
So I loved having like raccoon shamans that wear sock gloves.
Yeah. I love in the Super Nintendo game, he's a dog shaman. So there's that dog that always talks to you.
Yeah.
That guy. There's a guy that uses that avatar on Twitter too.
You got that dog in him.
Is wild how well Jake Armitage took the fact that this dog was like, hey, I got something to say to you.
He handled it well.
I love that image of that dog though. It's
pretty awesome.
It's a classic. Yeah. Missed that game. Maybe I should replay it. All right. Let's talk about 2051. As I said, I guess the Universal Brotherhood has been around. People don't like them for some reason, even though they seem to be a humanitarian aid group.
Yeah,
they're like taking Scientology, right?
Well, they're specifically targeting the homeless and people who have no means to like care for themselves, as far as they say. And it also starts to lean into also people who would be hard to track down.
Yeah,
if they were to go missing, for instance.
If the Universal Brotherhood popped up in Los Angeles, Gavin Newsom would welcome them with open arms.
He certainly would.
I don't know where all these homeless people are going, but it's working out great for me. Nothing could go wrong. Sorry, Gavin Newsom fans.
Well, I suspect, given our given our place in the World Cup next year, I expect we'll see some Universal Brotherhood type activities in Kansas City pretty quick.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
Speaking of which, I know I've mentioned it on the podcast before. Maybe it was last episode. Locally, there's a Brotherhood bank, and I wince and cross myself every time I see a billboard or something.
Yeah,
unleash your inner abilities.
Yeah, find the new you.
Yeah.
20. I guess we should. We'll get to what we're hinting about the Universal Brotherhood.
It's not that far.
Yeah.
2050 is also when the aforementioned Shadowrun SNES game takes place, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yep.
In 2050.
That's what the wiki says.
Wow.
I thought it was after that, but I guess not. Jake Armitage and the gang.
Armitage, obviously. In no way named after the character from Neuromancer. Certainly not.
No.
Definitely completely different.
To Gibson's delight, I'm sure. As
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Like
And modeled after Rutger Hauer, I think, from Split Second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
you're right. God, that movie is the best fucking movie that's ever been made.
It's a love letter to all the best things ever. Shadowrun, just in a nutshell.
True. God, they did model that character after Rutger
It
Hauer.
Same
been
glasses,
confirmed that
same hair.
actually is what happened.
How did I not put that together? We just watched Split Second multiple times.
Yeah.
I am shocked that you didn't know that. All right. I'm sorry.
Like I can picture the little portrait of
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. It's the tiny weird glasses that does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently the writers of that game kind of just went on their own.
Yeah.
I mean, they knew Shadowrun, obviously did some research, but it kind of bumped with, I think, Dowd that this guy could be like everything.
Yeah.
He could be a Decker and a mage and all this shit.
Yeah.
And so he oversaw the Shadowrun Genesis game that was a little more pure to the tabletop.
Shadowrun Genesis was more Shadowrun like, but the Shadowrun SNES game was a very fun game. So.
Very fun. Very fun.
Yeah, they both were. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jake Armitage is, I think he's canon in the Shadowrun world. At least he is on the wiki.
Oh, yeah.
He's been used several times in different other things. Like he's a character in the Dragonfall.
Yeah. And
Shadowrun Returns.
But I don't know if he's actually canon to the actual world.
He's definitely, I remember him being mentioned in at least one or two, like a couple of times in Shadow Talk sections.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think so too.
Because I remember, and God knows what it was in, maybe Fields of Fire or Shadow Tech or something. I remember reading whichever book it was shortly after I had played the SNES game and going like, oh, that's a dude from the game. Cool.
Another quick entry on 2050. This is important. Closed circuit SimSense technology is commercially available. SimSense virtual reality, simulated reality. That's pretty important for any cyberpunk setting. So,
Yep. And the creation of the first building spiders, as they're called.
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys have ever.
Is that like the kind of like
that's when you rig a building,
right?
Building rigging.
Yeah. Yep.
Like a drone, like a spider
No,
drone?
the whole building is one unit.
That's amazing.
And so like the drones would be like your fingers type thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
very dope.
It's always super horrifying because it's one of those great equalizers where a lot of people have that same idea of, oh, well, you know, a Decker can go in and like completely just trash a system and then they could take over the building. And if they go in and they hit this thing and it's like, oh, that's not a Matrix thing, that's a rigged system. I can't do anything to help you.
It's pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that's most of 2050.
Yeah.
And 2051. 2050, not much happened. They don't put out a lot of canon stuff for first edition from what I can tell. I think you were right. They rushed the game and then quickly moved on to fixing its multiple holes and getting a second edition, which happens in 2053.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, Dean, I'm missing something that you're aware of.
No, I mean, most of the stuff in the timeline is all based on like adventures callbacks. So Euphoria.
It's not a porno.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this one, June 23rd, Dragon Haslich disappears after a battle with a group of Shadowrunners near Puget Sound. That's probably an adventure.
Yeah, almost certainly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't think of what it would be, but yeah. So, which the
that might have been a book. That might have been the original book trilogy. Never Deal with the Dragon and all that.
You're probably right.
Yeah, God. Yeah, it might be.
Yeah,
that's been.
It is cool that they've intersliced all of that stuff into this. It makes it feel more alive, I guess.
Mm-hmm. One of the big things too is Shadowrun. They didn't.
Gosh, your ride's here.
Sorry,
here's your dock wagon ride.
Yeah.
In second edition, they made a point to not update the timeline much. I mean, only 2 years or 3 years. Only 3 years happened.
Right. Yeah.
But they made sure they wanted it to be compatible with first edition. So if you look at the timeline officially at the beginning of the book of second edition, it's the exact same thing as first, except for one small blurb at the very, very end where there's a re-election with the president.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
In 2052. And then it's just basically that's it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was smart. They didn't want you to feel that FOMO. Like either book will work.
Also in 2052, the 2XS BTL is introduced. BTL is a particularly nasty form of SimSense that replaces drugs like every Cyberpunk setting has.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also a pivotal part of Circuitry Man, just to throw that back in.
Yeah.
There we go. For next time.
So 2053 is where shit really starts to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because that's when second edition starts and when Shadowrun starts realizing, oh, we've got like a popular property here. We should start releasing
10,000 books.
Games and books and all kinds of shit.
Definitely tons of adventures.
Yeah.
They are churning adventures out like crazy. And they are all, at least at this point, they're all so different and self-contained that you never have to worry like, oh, I didn't, get this one. It's like, no, you could pick one up off the shelf and run it, and it's awesome all by itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Which they were throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks, right? Like they didn't know. They got their book basically play tested, but what Dowd was saying was like they would just give people things. Like Nigel Finley wrote so much shit, not just for Shadowrun, but for like all kinds of things. But they would just be like, okay, here's sort of the common, some of the rules you need to kind of work around, but just they kept it purposefully mysterious. So everything does feel different because people just kind of interpreted the rules and what's happening in their own way, which is really cool. There's a lot of creativity in those early books because they're all just kind of trying to figure out what Shadowrun is.
So because there's so many adventures and books happening, I'm not going to get into all the details. There's really, from this point forward, there's a lot of little shit that happens, and we're just going to try to hit the big points if that's okay with everybody. Unless there's like a pet interest you have that you want to speak about, feel free to bring it up. Which is what I'm going to do.
Real quick, going back to Ben's point a second ago, I was shutting my window because of the sirens. One of the great things about Shadowrun is also sort of one of the great things about Star Wars. You can
Never heard of it.
You can do a Shadowrun plot about anything. If you want to just import if you've got a cool idea for just a straight noir detective novel, you can just drop that right in. Say the guy has a metal hand, who gives a shit? If you want to do an espionage thing, great. Bond, your Bond character doesn't have a watch with a bunch of shit in it. He's got a metal hand with a bunch of shit in it.
You've got to have a metal hand.
You have to have a metal hand is the rule. If you want to do
Star Wars,
if you want to do some shit involving fucking elves and mages in the woods, great, you can do that.
Yeah, you can do a fantasy setting. Pretty easy.
You can do fucking mercenary, just straight military sci-fi shit.
You can do a dungeon crawl.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can do a dungeon crawl.
You can do T-birds roaring across the Southwest.
Yeah, it's an incredibly unconstrained world in terms.
Have you guys read Hardwired? I'm sorry.
Fuck yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
That book fucking rules. We covered it a while back.
Fucking rule.
Not expecting much, and that book fucking rules.
Yeah, whipped our asses.
Gonna have to add it. I haven't read that.
Oh man, you'll love it.
It's every bit of decking or rigging.
Shadowrun
rigging.
Well,
beautiful.
Shadowrun clearly took a lot from it, or no? I think Shadowrun took from it. Yeah,
100%.
I mean, they took rigging from it. Yeah, it's about a rigger. So, anyway, that doesn't matter. I agree with what you were saying, Josh. I wanted to talk about it again. I find myself frequently thinking about that book and how good it was. So we're going to talk about my pet favorite thing in the early timeline of Shadowrun. And we're going to start in 2054 when Owl Shaman Jason Two Spirits appears on episode 324 of Good Morning Evanston, in which he delivers a cryptic warning of impending disaster for the city of Chicago. Chicago has some problems.
Chicago.
Let's see here. 2055 is when it really pops off. Also, Atlantis comes back in 2054. Don't worry about it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Little blurb. Boop. It comes up out of the water.
Yeah.
I always just completely ignored it because it's so dumb. I just never looked into the Atlantis stuff.
Yeah. But I like that so much crazy shit has happened that it is a blurb on the news.
Yeah,
it's not like
another island in the Mediterranean. Who gives a fuck? We got
right.
There's a
Earthquake
dragon
kills 70,000.
There's a dragon
lost
camped
city
out.
of Atlantis.
There's a dragon camped out in the next neighborhood over. I mean, I got bigger.
Right.
I got more problems, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's hear
and that was a discovery by MIT and T.
MIT.
Oh, yeah.
That was MIT and M.
I think
you're right.
Is it? Okay, I thought it was technology and thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Institute of Technology and Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
I think it's Texas A&M and M.
Okay. Yeah.
And
It's
M&M.
MIT, but now they offer math.
A&M and M.
Speaking of the ocean, another setting in Shadowrun that I always thought would be very cool, but never really looked into, is the Caribbean Free League.
Cyber Pirates.
Yeah.
Which you kind of did a little bit in Pink Fohawk.
We touched on because they made a joke about going to the Bahamas, so I did it. But
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. We didn't really stick there for long.
In my 90s brain, it was always like cybered up trolls on jet skis.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, why wouldn't it?
Our Decker's still there.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
fucking rum drinks with umbrellas.
Yeah. Well, you're getting into what I think you're getting into, Eric. The book Burning Bright was sort of the bridge to all of this about to happen, because that's where all this pops off with this character that's looking for this missing son of this millionaire guy, and it all becomes intertwined with this Chicago event.
I'm not sure what came first, if the source book or came out first and then Burning Bright was written to fill in the gaps,
maybe,
or if the novel came out first and then the source book, or maybe they were done in tandem. Who knows? People used to care about making good things back then, so
it used to be a country.
Maybe somebody could answer that in the comments section. But anyway, yeah. How do I explain what happened to Chicago?
So first, what happened in Chicago? They made a tremendous mistake, and there's this casserole that they call a pizza for some reason.
Okay.
Oh no! Don't you dare!
Yeah.
Stop.
Sacrilege.
Stop.
First off, human beings enjoy eating 5 pounds of cheese with their pizza.
I do.
Yeah, I like I like a casserole with pizza ingredients. Sure.
Has the Night of Rage taught you nothing? Gosh, all pizzas are created equal. They just look different.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear Eric's rendition of what's about to happen.
Oh man, so I didn't really prepare that. I just kept writing timeline stuff down. But basically, Universal Brotherhood has set up shop pretty big in Seattle, and it's also not Seattle, Chicago. And I believe isn't Ares' private security force Knight Errant? Aren't they handling the policing of Chicago?
Yeah,
it is.
Mm-hmm.
They have a heavy presence in the city in any way.
Yeah.
And then Yeah, I don't remember. I read Burning Bright like 5 times, but it has been 20 years, so I don't really remember the. And I do hope to cover it on this podcast one day because it's a great book.
Mm-hmm.
Ares' heir goes missing. Is that what it is?
I think it's this company guy, but
yeah, I think it's like
Knight Errant was tight with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, they wound up in Universal Brotherhood. Long story short, they wake a large hive of insects that the Universal Brotherhood had been brooding underground in Chicago, like all the bugs,
preparing all of their members as hosts for these insects to inhabit and basically take over the world.
Think zombie movie only with like human bug hybrids rather than zombies. And it's pretty fucked up. And Knight Errant responds as you would expect a private corporation with extraterritoriality to respond, with heavy weapons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Massive, extraordinary violence.
They sending in
fucking nuke Chicago.
Firewatch team.
Yep.
The actual nuke, if I recall correctly, wasn't actually
Knight
Errant or Ares. It was the Red Hot Nukes.
Well, of course.
I think it was the government that nuked, wasn't it?
No. If I recall, and again, I'd have to confirm this, but from my memory, it was mailed to FASA's front door by Grinder from the leader of the Red Hot Nukes, who was like, I'm going to solve this problem for you once and for all.
Jesus Christ.
That's possible. I don't know. From my recollection of Burning Bright, the main character is actually with the fire team that delivers the nuke. Like I have a memory of that scene, him like sitting.
And I could be 100%
in a van with the nuke. It doesn't mean that the nuke wasn't
also
delivered.
Very possible that you're both right. The way
the
way they wrote things, or the way Shadowrun was written with like the unreliable narrator type thing. But
but it is a tactical nuke. It's not like
just a tac nuke.
Yeah.
Anyway, it goes off and it does not help, from what I recall. Or maybe no, it puts them all to sleep.
I mean, it does some stuff.
Yeah, it helps in a way because magic is inherently intertwined with life, and destroying all life in an area does weaken.
So it's important to point out, by the rules of the game, guns and shit don't really hurt spirits. It can slow them down, like the pure kinetic energy can push them back, but it doesn't really kill them. You have to get up close and personal and kill them, with a knife or with your hands.
Right.
And so machine guns slow them, but that doesn't really stop them. Now a nuke is on another level of destruction because it wipes out everything. So it doesn't kill them, but it puts them all to sleep. I just remember the scene in that book of the spirits coming out of the hives and like just filling Chicago reminded me of like when the containment unit in Ghostbusters gets shut down and all the ghosts go free.
Yeah.
One of those apocalyptic.
It's a shit show. And they're locked in there with them for a long time, the people that live there.
Well, the government makes a containment unit around the city, and no human nor bug can come out or in.
The CCZ, the Chicago Containment Zone.
And it's for a while. I think it's like a year or so where they're not really sure how to deal with it, but they just kind of box it in and they're trying to like shush any news about what's happening there. And
I think it's like 3 years, dude.
Maybe 3 years. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
It's not good because there were still a ton of people living in it that were like, what the hell is happening?
Right.
Why are we not allowed to leave?
Right. And why are there fucking huge bugs? Like it's a horror movie.
Imagine massive wasp nests building their nests on the side of skyscrapers. It's horrifying.
Right. And every now and then a roach, a raid comes in and
the roach spirits were disgusting.
2 or 3 of you and then disappear and you're just like fucking horrified. But it's such good fodder for adventures, like to send Shadowrunners in through the wall to get something, or it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah,
but that's why they didn't want you playing as an insect spirit, because they wanted to save the big dogs. And then all of a sudden, this adventure you're talking about, stats, insect spirits, and enemies for you to kill, and they're fucking horrifying.
And a new fun power called immune to normal weapons.
Don't forget the good guys of the insect spirit world, the mantis spirits, who are all super hot chicks who eat the other.
Such a feminist. Yeah, exactly. Very feminist. Very progressive.
They'll ally with humans because they don't, but yet they're still just as alien and freakish as the other bug spirits.
But
they just want to eat the other bug spirits.
Yeah, they're like, we're more civilized than the other bug spirits.
Love the mantis spirits. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty good primer on Chicago, right?
Chicago.
Yeah, man.
It takes a couple of years to get it shut down. There is a nuke involved.
Nukes were involved.
Knight Errant eventually does get the job done, which is how you know this is an urban fantasy, because corporations nowadays
solve the problem.
will never get the job done.
No.
Because it isn't profitable. And that, my beautiful babies, marks the end of part 2 of our Shadowrun extravaganza. Tune in next week to see how this crazy story ends. In the meantime, be sure to check out Dean's work at nullsheen.com and check out Ben's work at Pink Fohawk on all your podcatchers. They're both cool guys that make cool stuff, and you would be better off engaging with some of it. I don't know. And check us out on patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Email us hightechlowlife@gmail.com and Bluesky us if you would like to do that. Other than that, see you next week.
This has been the High Tech Low Life podcast. Find us on Blue Sky at High Tech Low Life. Email us at hightechlowlifepodcast@gmail.com and find us on Patreon at patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Theme music by Nihilor at nihilor.com. Thank you for listening.
Keep it moving. Come on, what are you waiting on? Let's go.
They're trashing our rights, man! They're trashing the fluid data! They're trashing! Hide the planet! Hide the planet!
Shut up and get in the car.
Yeah. All right.
But you're all smoking, is what the point of that was.
I don't smoke anymore, but I might be tempted.
Might be starting again.
Depends on how many alcoholic beverages are in the
If I provide you with clove cigarettes.
My vice from the 90s.
That's a very 90s cigarette for sure.
Everybody's vice from the 90s.
Yeah, it was.
Cloves are an important part of playing Shadowrun for us, though. They really were.
And I mean,
again, mine smells like that for a reason.
Yeah.
I think it was not just you.
Yeah. Okay, be quiet and let begin. Let us begin.
Let begin, idiot.
Let begin.
Let's.
Look at Banner, Michael.
not helping.
Great content, guys.